Alright. Hello everyone, my name is Failracer, and welcome to an obscure mobile game you probably never heard of. It's a fun run, and I think I'll do a little bit of an introduction to the run and give some info before starting. Well, this game is known to pretty much everyone. And thank you for the good luck. So, this being a mobile space shooter, it has one interesting mechanic: fast forwarding. And it's gonna be crucial through the speedrun, because we're gonna abuse the hell out of it straight from the start. And another thing to note is that we're not gonna start from the prologue like you probably thought we would. We're gonna start from the point where the actual game starts. This was due to a community vote held some time ago, where it was ruled out, basically. First reason being, this prologue barely includes any gameplay. It takes about 4 minutes, and considering how much of a reset hell for high-level players the actual start of the game is, yeah. And another reason, and probably the biggest one, is that the PC release actually has native ability to skip this prologue. So we're just gonna load in and start from the point where we already suffered hyperdrive malfunction and went far forward in the time and space, let's say that. And once I press load on the save file on Varhastra, this is where the run starts. I guess I'll do a small countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. And from the very start, as a tutorial, we need to mine one asteroid and then another. And here we go. We can already fast forward mining asteroids, and it's a pretty neat trick. Probably one of the most recent ones found in the run. And it saves about a minute in the early game. So what this trick essentially is there's a certain timing where we can change our destination to the station while landing on the asteroid. And since our distance from the destination we've chosen is more than 3 kilometers, we can fast forward the process, because this is just an arbitrary distance the developers chose for the game to just stop fast forwarding. And yeah, usually if you try to change the destination from the asteroid to the station or to the asteroid field, you just blow the asteroid up. Thankfully though, there's just a certain timing myself and another great runner of this game figured out. Okay. This is pretty unfortunate. pirate fight. Okay, yeah, this is a usual thing to happen with your AI partner just blocking your shots, just eating them all, and of course, weird behavior from the pirates. Okay, so as for the story, we found ourselves stranded. A local miner helped us out, and now we're getting a deserted system. Well, not really deserted, but it's crawling with outlaws. And as I was speaking, we did another glitch. One of the most crucial glitches in the entire run, allowing for extreme consistency in doing runs, because you're not gonna rely on the RNG for a good drill later. Basically, we're stealing the best drill in the game from this miner, from this poor guy who helped us out and sorta made us his slave for a bit. So yeah.
Nobody here.
And here we go. We're just tasked with checking up on the station, and while we're doing so, we're picking up rockets, because at the end of this segment, when we're leaving the system, we're gonna need to dispatch a pirate as quickly as possible, and the rockets is the best way to do so.
Right.
And we actually have great mission RNG. Actually, currently I'm capturing this right from my mobile device. I think not directly to PC, at least not with the constraints of the iOS. But probably Android, yeah, you could mirror your phone screen to the... Oh, okay, finally the scanner picked the pirate up. And here we go. The voice line is triggered. And here we go, done with this segment. This is actually great RNG. Like, more than acceptable. Oh, I see the raid. Big thanks.
A prisoner,
and
he's
yeah,
taken aboard a cruiser heading for the planet
right now
Elliot in
capturing
Terran space.
From my mobile device directly.
On Elliot.
And here we do another crucial part of the run, which is duping this drill to get all the money we're gonna need over the course of the run. It's like 6 dupes, if I recall correctly. How the duping works is you swipe up to the ship tab of the shop when selling an item. Has to be an equipable item though. Otherwise, you're not gonna be so successful, because it only works if you can re-equip it. Alright. And tapping on the ship right after you sell the item puts the shop in a weird state where it counts the money but doesn't count the item being sold. And this is how we acquire all the money needed for the rest of the run. And here we're just fast forwarding parts of the cutscene avoids the main threat in the
Another wormhole.
story,
Trying to escape.
destroying the Terran convoy.
Don't let them get away.
Alright,
Too late.
they disappeared.
Damn it.
Okay.
They've taken...
So after that,
Yeah, the menu, like, once you get used to it, you can do it ultra fast. And actually, this game has some fun movement, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Now we're just proceeding to the next point in the story, where we have to pick up a scientist and get to the main deep science organization base later. But it's gonna turn out the scientist got kidnapped, and we're gonna have to immobilize their kidnapper. Okay, so small point. There's two types of dialogue in this game, of dialogue boxes. There are unskippable dialogue boxes, which are triggered by the in-game time, let's say, either just by in-game time or by in-game time of the starting from the actions you've done, basically. And there's skippable dialogue boxes, which, okay, we're good. And there are skippable dialogue boxes which depend on RTA. I actually forgetting to equip secondaries yet again.
The kidnapper.
And since we had a skippable dialogue box before traveling to the Kappa station,
Buzz off before we get really angry.
we could pre-scan
Scout.
our destination, which is pretty nice since, well, scanning without a scanner, yes, I know how that sounds, it's pretty slow. Alright, so as for it being a mobile game and like, yeah, it has microtransactions. Funnily enough, though, they were added later on, like when the developer studio was acquired by the Deep Silver publisher. So they're just tacked on, and they don't influence much. Originally, this game just had DLCs, like add-ons, which you pay for. And those are actually absolutely amazing. And the Valkyrie speedrun, which is the first add-on, is very, very different from the main story, and I absolutely love it.
Here we go.
I had great fun pushing it to the point where it is right now. And yeah, the route
Thomas,
made by
I have something special.
another runner
can you help me?
Greetings.
and a
I've
friend
got a
of
job
mine
for you.
is absolutely amazing. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We don't get the best booster, which would be the point where I reset during world record grind. So yeah, we're going. And don't forget to equip secondaries. This is actually another point of why this game is amazingly consistent. Like, this run is amazingly consistent. Because you have set options for pretty much everything. you have the best drill, which you get by reloading the save. Yeah, I think while I'm traveling to the next part of the run, I will explain how it works actually. Basically, what the game does to prevent you from... Oh, I see game. I see what you're doing here. I see. Come on. So what the game does to prevent you from unequipping the drill early on is it locks the equipment slots from unequipping stuff. But after the pirate fight with your friend, it unlocks them and instead just locks the shop so that the dialogue which installs a different drill triggers before you enter the shop.
There they are.
But the fun thing is, if you reload the save right after the fight, you can freely enter the shop. It was done as a sort of prevention measure for different situations, like with soft locks, but it actually can be done to abuse the hell out of the game. And this sort of glitch is actually done in the Valkyrie run, where you steal an entire ship like that. Okay, so here we pick up Void Remains for analysis.
Good. I think we have enough samples. We should head back now.
Okay, thank God no softlock. You can actually get stuck on those Nivelian freighters and, well, never get to the wormhole. And you'd have to restart the entire segment. Just a funny softlock. I think that's one of the two softlocks you can get in the entire game.
White fighters, we have to get out of here. And the only way out is the way we came in.
Through the wormhole. But before we get to the wormhole, we need to mine
Are you sure?
50 ton of void crystals,
It's closing.
which we're gonna need later on in the game to be able
There's another one
to
opening. I'll try to get us there before this one
build
closes too.
hyperdrive. Basically, fast travel. Oh, and I got lucky. We have this beautiful A-class asteroid. Come on. Okay. And the thing about A-class asteroids is that they are the only ones that give 50 plus tons of crystals, or any other ore. And here we go. It's basically a little bit of a prep work, and this is the best place to do so, because the next part we're gonna spend in the void space, well, we're gonna skip it almost entirely. You'll see what I mean later on. And now we can run for our lives to the wormhole. Fun thing about the swiping. If you can swipe in a needed direction, especially if you have thrusters which increase your handling and they increase your swipe arc, without fast forwarding, this sort of movement is actually faster than normal, quite a bit even. Okay, please don't cycle on me. Thanks.
Pirates everywhere. They must
This is unusual. Just saying. I'm not sure what to do here, in all honesty. Let's just try to board. Okay, it worked. I don't even know what happened right here. So, the thing is, usually you have to just dispatch 2 void ships when you get out. Like, there is just 2 void ships following out of the wormhole, but now we get voids, we get everything. And well, I could just travel to Sahi, to the station, to equip stuff. And like, it never happened to me. I guess that's just marathon luck. But at least the game is letting me progress, which I am extremely grateful for. Oh god. I absolutely freaked out for a second. And here we go. We get back to the Thinum with the void remains, and we're sent to collect data with the probe in the void space right after. Alright. Alright. And that's gonna be the segment we're gonna entirely fast forward.
Good to be back. I need to...
Okay. And while I was on Sahi, unequipped, I got the best booster, so we're entirely fine for the rest of the round. Okay. Oh, and the reason why we unequip scanner is when you have no scanner equipped, you don't see any other ships, which means you don't see pirates as well, or any other enemies on your radar. And that is a condition under which you can fast forward pretty much everything, even if you're in void space, because the game just considers it a peaceful environment like that. And this is in part what makes the run so fast. Well, of course, along with the duping and no need to grind for money. Okay. We have about arrived to our next big skip, if you could call it that. Alright. So, this thing I'm gonna demonstrate here is actually a new one, because using the handling enhancement equipment, we can reach this wormhole in one cycle. Usually we would wait for the second cycle and for the wormhole to appear a bit closer to us, but right now, you'll see.
Yeah, I heard you the last time.
I heard you the last time. And we're in the void space again. So what we need to do here is scan void station. One unfortunate thing that can happen is that you can scan an asteroid instead of the void station, which, well, loses you about 10 seconds because you gotta rescan. Or even more if your scanner picks up an asteroid yet again. Okay, so here we're gonna wait 3 minutes, but not really. We're gonna pick up an asteroid because this is the only destination we can choose. And here we go. Now we can move really in fast forward because we're holding fast forward button. Yeah. We're holding fast forward button when the asteroid is already destroyed. Okay. Now we wait for the unskippable voice lines to play out, because they cancel fast forward. And we scan our last asteroid and we'll be out of here. Good stuff. And this part is actually dangerous, quite so. So as you can see, I'm trying my best to dodge the shots, and I really don't want to fail this because this would be an immense time loss. Okay, here we go. Done with the cycles. Okay, so for some reason the game just breaks on me, I guess. Let's just check the missions. I'm on my way to Elliot, and like no dialogue triggers. I don't know what is happening right now, but the game is just breaking very hard on me. Usually you'd have to wait for the dialog box to appear before you can scan the planet to travel there. But oh well. I seriously don't know what is happening. And we need to visit this station to give some info to our friend from the Galaxy Security. And then we can proceed to build the hyperdrive, cadder drive, whatever you want to call it. And here we go. And well, I'm actually thinking it might mess up the wormholes around the galaxy cycle, but we'll see later in the run. It hopefully isn't gonna change much, but it can be an issue. Okay. So we're done with the probe, and we're like two-thirds done with the run. And of course, I'm a little bit nervous from these strange things happening. So I'm sort of messing up my movement with the jump gates. But that's a non-issue. Considering everything that's happened, I'm gonna be well under the estimate. Oh, and I guess since we're making our hyperdrive right now, I think it's time to touch on a few things that make mobile version infinitely more consistent than the PC version. First things first being the autocomplete function, which allows you to autocomplete Blueprint without needing to collect any items needed to craft the thing, which you need to scavenge for in the PC version, which is basically an unupdated version of the game. Like, it's a really old one. Fish Labs just abandoned that one a while ago. Okay, just to be safe. I don't remember the exact count of the energy cells I'm gonna need until the end of the run, so yeah. Just to be safe. As you can see, you can even speed up the charging up and the fast travel animation of the hyperdrive just by setting a destination to either a jump gate or to the asteroid field and fast forwarding it like that. And now we have another combat scenario of the game, like second to last. We have to dispatch 7 pirates. Alright. 3 spawns already. And as you can see, with the rockets, with our weaponry, we have no problem dispatching them. I really want to pick up the checkpoint before I destroy the pirate, because it's quite easy to miss, and you'd have to return to it later, which is an immense time loss. And why are we dealing with this guy? To have him lend us a freighter which would carry the bomb to destroy the Void mothership, which in turn would close the wormholes all across the galaxy, preventing any further invasions from happening. Okay, one last pirate. Okay, and we can go to another planet to trigger a dialogue, which we initially thought would be triggered only upon arriving to a station. But as you can see, it can even be triggered in space, so this is quite a big time save. Now we're protecting the convoy, carrying the bomb we're gonna use against Voids. The Terrans. Oh yeah, sure, the scanner would pick up friendly freighter or a hostile fighter. At least in general this fight went pretty clean, and we're off to the final mission of the game, which, is a funny one. On paper, what you gotta do is escort a freighter first in the normal galaxy and then
We have
in the void space, but instead, okay, so the wormhole didn't move from that station. So the thing about that, the thing about the wormhole, it doesn't move from the station it initially spawned in, which was the story station Demon. If you do the minimal amount of hyper jumps
fighters, Lieutenant. The freighter should be
through
nearing
the
it.
end game, which we did. At least that didn't break, unlike some other stuff. And yeah, we're supposed to escort that freighter, right? We can just sit and fast forward instead.
Roger that.
Voids pay little to no attention to him, and little to no attention to me, hopefully. Oh, I remember the good times when we used to do this mission as it is intended, but it ended up being like 3 minutes time save at least on the way it's done normally. Okay, he's there, and we can follow him.
Following through.
Alright, and once we're in the void space, we can do the exact same trick we did during the probe skip section. We're just traveling to an asteroid far, far away. Far, far away.
You seen this? They're just putting down the weapons.
It should be back now, I think. It should be.
Watch out! They're attacking from the sides! The engine is damaged. I'm losing control.
Oh yeah, right. It's now back. Great. So here the freighter is destroyed, and the Vosk, our friend, needs to detonate it with him still inside to destroy the mothership for good.
Are you still alive?
And we jump in, and it's time. So basically we fast forward our jump out of the void space, which, well, in the intended way we'd have to use the wormhole, and yeah, with that we're done with the run. Shame the
I did it.
technical issues
That was
happened
close.
Carla, are you waiting for someone?
How
with
about a drink, stranger?
the stream right at the end. Oh well. Thank you for the GGs, and yeah, that's the main story done in around 36 minutes. And thank you for watching.
Keith, you did
It was a fun
The
run to
wormholes
do.
are collapsing all across the galaxy. Well
I'll
done.
probably let the credits play right now,
Keith!
if you don't mind. Yeah.
Keith? Where are you?
Apologies for the technical issue
Damn it. Can someone
right at
please
the end.
find him?
I hope you had fun watching this. There is a lot to explain besides the stuff I touched upon during the run, but that's a lot of small technical details about the menu, about the route, about the movement with like swiping and how you want to approach the jump gates. So yeah, I think I will be stopping the stream now, and best of luck to the next runner, and thank you for having me.